Okay, chapter 2. I hope you're hooked. If you were a second year, there was a different feel to arriving at school that morning. Your friends were standing around in groups by the gate with bags and cases and no uniform, watching the other kids trail down the drive to begin another week of lessons. You'd be going in to school yourself, of course, but only for a few minutes, only long enough to answer your name and listen to some final instructions from Mr. Joyce. There was a coach at the bottom of the drive, a gleaming blue and white coach with tinted windows and brilliant chrome, waiting to whisk you beyond the reach of chairs and tables and bells and blackboards and all the sights and sounds and smells of school, to freedom, adventure and the sea. A week, a whole week, tingling with possibilities and bright with promise. Fliss had changed her mind. Waking to the sun in her window and the birds in the garden, she thought about her friends and the sea and the things which were waiting there, and her dream the night before had seemed misty and unreal, which of course it was. Her mother had been pleased and had resisted the temptation to say, "I told you so." She'd managed to persuade her parents not to come and see her off. Some parents always did, even when their kids were just off on a day trip. Fliss thought it was daft. Talking in loud voices so everyone can hear, saying stuff like, "Wrap up warm and stay away from the water, and don't forget your phone so we'll know that you've arrived in one piece." Lisa Watmore was among the crowd by the gate. She was wearing jeans and talking to a girl called Ellie Mae Sunderland. Fliss didn't like Ellie Mae that much. Nobody did. She was sulky, spoilt and selfish. But never mind. They were off to the seaside, weren't they? Fliss joined them, putting her suitcase on the ground next to Lisa's. "Hi, you two. Nice morning." "Yeah." They smiled at the sky. "I can't wait to get on that beach," said Fliss. "I can't wait to get to the hotel," said Lisa. "Mr. Hepworth says it's called the Crow's Nest. I hope we're in the same room, Fliss." "You won't be," said Ellie Mae. "Our Shelley went last year and she says Mrs. Evans splits you up from your friends so you don't play about at night." "She might not this year. It's a different hotel. And anyway, me and Fliss wouldn't play about, would we?" Fliss shook her head and Ellie Mae sniggered. "Try telling Miss Evans that." Lisa looked at her watch. It was nearly 10 to 9. "We'd better move," she said. "The sooner we get the boring bit over, the sooner we'll be off." They picked up their luggage and set off down the drive. Mr. Hepworth was standing by the coach. As the girls approached, he called out, "Come on, you three, hurry up! Leave your cases by the back of the bus and go into the hall." The driver was stowing the luggage in the boot, watched by a knot of parents. The 3 girls deposited their cases and hurried into school. All the second-year kids were lined up in the hall waiting for Mr. Joyce. As Fliss got into line, she felt somebody's breath on her cheek and a voice whispered the word "Dracula" in her ear. She turned around to find Gary Bazzard grinning at her. She scowled. "What are you on about?" "I said Dracula." "I know you said that. What about him?" "Lives in Whitby, doesn't he?" "Does he, naff? He's dead for a start. And when he was alive, he lived in Transylvania." "No." The boy shook his shaggy head. "Whitby. Old Hepworth told us. And he's not dead neither. He's undead. He sleeps in a coffin in the daytime and goes out at night." Fliss felt a flicker of unease as the boy's words recalled her dream. But the headmaster appeared at that moment and began to address the assembly. He spoke of rambles, ruins and rock pools as the sun streamed in through high windows and anticipation shone in the eyes of his listeners. But Fliss gazed at the floor, her lip caught between her teeth. Super scary stuff. Okay, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the first couple of chapters. What I would like to do now is to download the text copy, have a read. You might need to refer back to it, and download the questions. There's questions about the first 2 chapters that I've just read to you. Download those and see if you can have a go at answering those questions. Think about all of those brilliant strategies that you know for going back, looking for keywords, thinking about the context, what fits, what synonyms, words that have the same meaning, might help you to work out the meaning of an unknown word, and use your knowledge, use your experience as well. Put yourself in Fliss's shoes. Think about how you would feel in that situation. Have a go at the questions. You can either answer those, you can type those in the comments, or you can write them on a piece of paper and you can upload them either here or on Tapestry, and we look forward to seeing how you get on. So good luck, and I'll be back soon to read you the next couple of chapters in the story. Okay, see you guys.